The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. An unexamined life is not worth living. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. To find yourself, think for yourself. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Contentment is natural wealth. Luxury is artificial poverty. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. He who is not a good man will not be a good citizen. To move the world, we must first move ourselves. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. Employment, which Galen calls nature's physician, is so essential to human happiness that indolence is justly considered the mother of misery. To be is to do. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. Regard your good name as the richest jewel you can possibly be possessed of. When desire, having rejected reason and overpowered judgment which leads to right, is set in the direction of the pleasure which beauty can inspire, and when again under the influence of its kindred desires it is moved with violent motion towards the beauty of corporeal forms, it acquires a surname. Wisdom begins in wonder. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune nor scornful in misfortune. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when thou art in, continue firm and constant. Be as you wish to seem. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. An honest man is always a child. The fewer our wants, the nearer we resemble the gods. There is no possession more valuable than a good and faithful friend. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. The comic and the tragic lie inseparably close, like light and shadow. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Fame is the perfume of heroic deeds. When the debate is over, slander becomes the tool of the loser. I know that I am intelligent, because I know that I know nothing. The only true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Our prayers should be for blessings in general, for God knows best what is good for us. The envious person grows lean with the fatness of their neighbor. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. To be able to ask a question clearly is 2/3 of the way to getting it answered. He is richest who is content with the least. If all misfortunes were laid in one common heap whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be contented to take their own and depart. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. Once made equal to man, woman becomes his superior. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. The mind is its own place, and in itself, can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. I decided that it was not wisdom that enabled poets to write their poetry, but a kind of instinct or inspiration, such as you find in seers and prophets who deliver all their sublime messages without knowing in the least what they mean. Regret is the greatest punishment. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. All wars are fought for money. Bad men live that they may eat and drink, whereas good men eat and drink that they may live. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence. The hottest love has the coldest end. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. Life contains but two tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire, the other is to get it. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. The greatest blessings granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift. The unexamined life is not worth living. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. Let him who would move the world first move himself. An education obtained with money is worse than no education at all. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Remember that there is nothing stable in human affairs, therefore avoid undue elation in prosperity, or undue depression in adversity. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. To be afraid of death is only another form of thinking that one is wise when one is not. It is to think that one knows what one does not know. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. These quotes capture the essence of Socrates' philosophy and his approach to life, knowledge, ethics, and human behavior. Socrates 470–399 BC was a revered ancient Greek philosopher known for his profound contributions to ethics and the Socratic method of questioning. Despite leaving behind no written works, his ideas and teachings have been preserved through the writings of his disciples, primarily Plato. Socrates challenged conventional beliefs and encouraged critical thinking by engaging in dialogues with fellow Athenians. His method involved asking thought-provoking questions that led others to re-examine their assumptions and arrive at deeper understanding. However, his unconventional ideas and criticism of established norms eventually led to his trial and subsequent execution by drinking hemlock. Socrates' legacy endures as a symbol of intellectual curiosity, the pursuit of truth, and the transformative power of philosophical inquiry.